How are you guys? Good. Okay, well, good evening. How are you guys? All right, there we go. I am happy to be able to present this award. It gives me great pleasure. The awardee is Brittney McVey, and yesterday in my office, she stopped by, and I'm there early in the morning, and she stopped by, and we're just chatting, and I said to her, what should I say? I don't know, and I kind of pondered on it later thinking, I guess she thought, well, didn't she recommend me? And she's asking me what to say. And that question to her was my attempt to decide, how much should I say? There's so much I want to say. And how do I not profess, as we professors do, and keep it succinct? And so after asking you that question, Brittney, I took some time and thought about it last night and thought about it today, and realized what I wanted to say is what I would say is coming from my gut. And I'm glad you didn't answer me. She kind of humbly was like, I don't know, because I wanted to speak from my spirit. I'm a new faculty, as was said. I'm new, and so when you come in as a new faculty into any, or to a new job, you come in with your hopes, your anxieties, you come in with a lot of stuff going on in your head, trying to figure out how to adapt. And it's been a wonderful experience being a part of the social work department, and for me, feeling like I'm a part of a family in the department. I absolutely love it. But I will echo what Colleen said earlier. What I love the best are the students. Even on my worst days, even on the days when I'm going, oh, I gotta go to work today, I'm always like, I can't wait to see the students, because they just bring such excitement and vigor. And I have a saying I always tell all of my students, that in how I feel about them is they're not just students to me, but they're my colleagues, because we're in this fight for social justice together. So I expect them to be my colleagues, because I'm going to be calling on them one day. I'm going to be calling on them for people that I see in organizations that I work with, and we're all doing this together. So I see them bigger than a student. I just happen to be blessed with the opportunity to mentor them along a journey. Brittney stood out to me as I talk about students. When this call came to, think of a student do you want to recommend? You know, here I am new, barely knowing all the students, but she instantly came to mind, like, Brittney McVey. And what came to mind is, you know, her. On paper, she's a social work student. She is a master's of social work student. On paper, Brittney is the president of our Graduate Student Social Work Association, or what we call GSSWA. On paper, she's a scholar. On paper, she's a graduate assistant. But what stood out to me, and why I'm so excited to do this, is because Brittney is not just a social worker. I see her as a social leader. And that's a big deal for me, because that means you're innovative, you're willing to take a risk, you're willing to do things that your peers are not doing, you're willing to do things that are not popular in order to get the job done. And I have seen that academically. I've talked to her. She's been in my mental health class. She's also been in my events practice organization class. I've talked to her in class and out. She pushes me as a faculty member to push our department in new directions, whether it benefits her or not. But this idea of how do we seek greatness. And I saw that instantly in her. And it's really cute because she's very quiet. And so I thought as I was driving here, it reminds me of having a door locked in life. Brittney's the one who's going to find a way to whittle through the wood, and before you're like, how'd you get in my house? That's her, because you don't see her coming. She's not loud, she's not abrasive, you just don't see her coming. But while you're not paying attention, she's getting our work done. So I'm honored to stand here. I'm honored to stand here and present this award, not to our student, but to our future social work leader, Brittney McVey.
Hello. Thank you so much for this award. I am very honored to be receiving it, and I know that not everybody has this opportunity, so I am I'm very honored to get this. And also, to be completely honest, to answer your question, Dr. Carter, I didn't know that you were the one that nominated me for this award, so that's why I didn't have an answer for what you should say. I really didn't know what your role was going to be tonight. So, thank you for nominating me. And one thing that we learn in social work over and over and over is that to have great accomplishments is much easier when you have a great support system. So, of course, I have to thank my parents first and foremost. They have supported me in any way imaginable, including financially, which I've been informed is going to be cut. once I graduate, coming up in August, so I'm trying to live off that for a little bit longer, but also all of my additional family, a lot of them are here tonight to support me, and just other students in the department, all the faculty members. I mean, everybody just is so supportive, so I definitely could not have gotten here alone, and I thank everybody so much for that, so thank you.